Theo from THEO Cooks, and I'm going to give you a little snapshot into the world of Greek cuisine, going back to my roots and travelling through the villages of Cyprus. Today's recipe is Kleftiko, and this is the most famous Greek dish that's known to man. It's the traditional slow-cooked Greek lamb shoulder. And why it's called Kleftiko is this stems back from the ages of old when the bandits in Cyprus would steal a goat, run up to the mountains, dig a great big hole and bury the goat overnight and cook the dish in the morning. And that's where the word klepto or kleptomaniac comes from, is the Greek to steal. So this is thieves' food. This is stolen meat, and we're doing stolen meat today right here. So let's crack on with the show. So we're going to do the Kleftiko. Let me grab my meat for you. Try not to use the phrase, let me grab my meat for you, too often. So Kleftiko is all about lamb shoulder. It's the only cut of meat you can do it with, because this is about cooking it long and slow and letting the fats render and the juices roll out of it. And it's the most simple dish in the world. And not only is it simple and easy, but it is forgiving. You can't overcook this. The longer it stays in, the better it gets. So let's run through the dish. First and foremost, we've got a nice bit of lamb shoulder here. Nice cut of meat, tough as old boots this is. So if it's not cooked slowly, it's never going to come out great. And all we're going to do, to give you an idea of where we're going with this journey, is we're going to wrap this with some aromatics, pop it in the oven 5 hours for a grand reveal at the end. So we've got this. What we want is a container such as this, and we're going to line this with some foil. And traditionally, the way this would be done, the meat would be, if you've ever been in the mountains, the Troodos Mountains in Cyprus, you'd find little aluminium parcels wrapped of lamb shoulder that's been sitting in ovens for days on end. And we're going to replicate that at home in your oven. So we've got our piece of meat here, and first we're just going to put a few aromatics in. So we want an onion, and we're just going to simply thickly slice this. So just top and tail it. Get rid of some of the skin. Now we're going to need some tomato as well, and we're going to cut the tomatoes really thick, because as these cook slowly in the oven, they're almost going to become sun-dried, they're going to become concentrated, and you're going to get the real sweetness out of these. And this isn't a fancy poncy dish, this is village food, and that's what I'm about, is elegant village food, taking the inspiration, the flavours of Cyprus and Greece and putting them into modern day cooking. It's about being inspired by the heritage but not necessarily having to follow it. So we want some garlic. Lamb and garlic is a marriage made in heaven, and don't be shy with the garlic. Put as much in as you want, because this is a dish to share. And if you're sharing the dish and everyone has garlic, you're not going to have a problem kissing anyone at the end. Unless they haven't eaten the dish, and then you're in trouble. So we've got our dish here. Bit of aluminium foil in there. We've got some good Greek olive oil, which we're going to give a little drizzle. And none of this is measured. Nothing at all. Grab half the onion, just scatter that at the bottom. Grab 3 of the cloves of garlic, scatter those at the bottom. Grab a couple of your tomatoes, pop them in as well. If you've got any herbs, grab them. And let's not get pedantic about this. If you've got some rosemary, grab some rosemary. If you've got some sage, grab some sage. It's not a big deal. It's just about giving a hint of flavour to the lamb. The star of the show is the meat. So we've got a bit of coriander here. I'm just going to grab a bit of that, throw that in. A little bit of parsley. Maybe even a bay leaf. And there we go. Now, lemons and olive oil. It's the trinity, it's not trinity, it's only 2. But it's the famous couple of Greek cuisine. When you're born, they put olive oil on your forehead when they christen you, and when you die, they pour olive oil over your coffin. You can't escape it. If you're eating Greek food, you're living with olive oil. And that's part of this, as well as lemons, which are fantastic. So we're just going to cut the lemon, give that a squeeze as well. And then use this, don't throw it away. You've got some rind in there, you've got wax, you've got oils. Let's pop that lemon there, and now we've got the meat. Look at that. There's something very satisfying about slapping a piece of meat. Pop that on, done. We've got some Greek oregano as well, which is really good. It's dried, give that a good sprinkle. Probably a tablespoon. Another splash of olive oil. Another squeeze of lemon. Good pinch of salt. Put some pepper on it. So at the moment we've got this parcel, we've put a layer of aromatics at the bottom, we've put our meat on top, we've seasoned some of that meat, and the rest of the aromatics we're just going to place on top. So the leftover bits of onion, just drop them on. Tomatoes, save a few big thick cut ripe tomatoes to place on top, because they're going to go nice and dry and they're going to really concentrate the flavour. And the secret is, buy the best quality tomatoes you can get. If they look pink and watery, don't bother. Get ripe, fresh ones. You should smell the tomatoes a mile away. Get the rest of your cloves of garlic, dot them on there as well. Throw in your leftover bit of lemon. Done, and let's pop one more bay leaf on top. And that's it. So we're going to wrap this now. The secret to this though is it needs to be wrapped well, really tight. So we're going to go a little bit over cautious and we're going to wrap it a few times. Get the foil out. Turn it like 90 degrees so you cover the folds. And let's do one more just for luck. And this is literally, I mean, you're watching this real time now. This has taken 5 minutes. 5 minutes for gastronomic ecstasy sounds like a good deal to me. And that's it. Our little parcel of lamb love is wrapped up nice and tight. I'm going to do one more to be on the safe side. If there's any air gets out of this, you're going to lose all the moisture. So that's done. That's your Kleftiko there, ready to go. This I'm going to pop into the oven, 170 degrees. For a whole shoulder, 5-6 hours is good. Half a shoulder, you could probably get away with 3 maybe. But if you're unsure, let it go on longer. Welcome back. So, the Kleftiko's been in the oven for about 5 hours. The smell in this room is incredible. So we're going to take it out of the oven quickly now, pop it on the side and just let it rest for 20 minutes before we put it back in just to crisp up. Oh, the smell. As soon as that comes out is phenomenal. We've got our little package of Greek love ready and waiting. We've got 10 minutes to kill, so I'm going to grab a quick beer and I'll see you back in about 10 minutes. Cheers. So, it's been about 10-20 minutes. The meat has rested lovely. We're going to cut this open now. This is going to go back in the oven just for 5 minutes to crisp up, and it's going to be delicious. And I can smell this already. So just slice this open. Careful of the steam. Oh, spectacular. Oh, the smells coming out of this are out of this world. And I promised you 5 hours ago that you'd better eat this with a spoon, and I'm not lying. You can see how soft and tender this is. It's incredible. And you can always tell when the meat is cooked as well, because you'll see that the meat has shrunk away from the bones. So the bones will be a lot more protruding than they were before, and you can see that right now. That looks great. It smells awesome. Let's get a touch of the olive oil, just to drizzle over the top, and all this is doing is just to help it crisp up a little bit. I'm gonna do another little pinch of salt as well. And that's done. So let's pop this back in the oven and start the feast momentarily. It's time to reveal our stolen meat. Oh, the smell just hits you straight away. It literally engulfs you in this comfort blanket of roast, slow-cooked lamb, and it looks delicious. Ah, spectacular. I mean, the bones are falling out of it, literally falling off. Great, let's get this onto a big plate and have a look. So let's get this bad boy onto this nice platter dish, and we can dive on in. Oh, it is falling apart. Oh, look at that. I know I shouldn't be this excited over a piece of meat, but I genuinely am. This is great. We're going to grab some of the juices from the pan. We're just going to drizzle over the meat a little bit. And I promised you'd be able to eat this with a spoon, and look at that. You can just pull this apart. Oh. Look, this smells too good. If I don't eat this now, saliva's going to drip down my t-shirt in a minute. Let's get this out to the folks out there who've been waiting patiently to dive into this food. And let's eat, people, let's eat.